Alright, welcome to another episode of things I like to look at and talk about. Well, it's been a while since I posted anything. I've been posting kind of hot rod stuff, and yeah, I got to tinker with them, but I got to fix up my shop a little bit before I do the big motor change out and stick that Corvette motor in that Nova and make things interesting. Anyway, so my wife and I have been doing some camping out, and I'll go ahead and let you see our campground. It's kind of neat. What do you think about that? Look at there. There's our little camper. We got a little cover thing there. I got to turn them lights off. And we got our big tent for our changing room, restroom, and all other stuff. Plus, we can switch between sleeping in that one, It's our choice because bottom line being, if weather's real bad, we lock that thing down and get in there. And if it's cooler and nicer out like it is right now, our Florida weather is beautiful right now, beautiful. We've been sleeping in there, so we just pull the bed out of that, fold open foam bed, and stick it in there. And yeah, it's nice. And yeah, there's Yeti. He patrols. Don't worry about him. I ain't got to worry about other critters being around here because you got somebody as an apex predator. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Yeah, what I've been doing since we've been back here is back of our property all been looking like this for a long time. I mean, you're looking, you're like, oh my God. That's something right there. And yeah, I mean, we had the hurricanes. Actually, what you're looking at is the top of a huge tree that was in that county ditch. This is a county ditch along here. And that tree fell, and that's the top of that tree. Smashed fence flat. Those are all the branches of the top of that tree. They've been there a year now since since the hurricanes last year come through the Cat 3 and roughed our place up real bad. A whole back line of our fence line. This is we're at the back of our property. That's why we got the tent set up back here, because it's very private and you can tell it's very woodsy and very park-like. So, back of our property line, you can see this fence has looked like that. Unexplorable, can't walk through it. That's terrible. And a bunch of the other looks like this because of stuff falling and vine overgrowth and this kind of crap. You can see these vines don't hold back. They get up in a tree and they just keep going. See, this is me pointing this camera up. And what's it been now? 3-4 days. I've been working on the section behind me. I'm fixing to show that. I just turned 60. So I'm trying to stay slightly fit, lose weight, work out a little more. And I said, this back line, we got to get this fence fixed. Plus I had my wolf kind of pull an escape on me because the fence was knocked down several places from the storm. I said, I got to get this fence line fixed. Because he run back there, somebody's pigs were in that ditch down there, and he run in there, and it was a hoo-ah. So, but I've been working on this stuff, and I'm going to turn around and show you what I got so far. Now, how about that? Huh? That don't look too bad, does it? What I did first, clear that section right here, pretty much looked like that. Right through here. There's no walking through here. The first thing I did is I said, I need to clear me a work path. That's big enough for my tractor to get through, which is great. And that's why that's all mulched up real good. I brought my tractor with my finishing deck on the back of it, and I mulched them vines and stuff up. Look how pretty that looks, like a path now. Right on through to about there. I got my tractor in there. But I'm gonna walk this down. I just fixed this fence. That right there, like I said, this county ditch, county drainage, they let their stuff just grow and fall, and you may pay taxes. They don't care. That's what the ditch looks like. Yeah, looks like your tax money at work, don't it? Look at that. Oh yeah, that's supposed to be drainage if we get a hurricane. It looks like drainage, don't it? Yeah, right. Anyway, I'm not going to go on by that because it just irritates me to no end. Anyway, trees are falling in here. This one, and another one fell, flattened this fence down. This thing was right to the ground. And I got it back up, had barbed wire at the top, so I pulled it tight, wrapped it around this pole to hold it. I still need to do some work to it. That was just a kind of a, I don't want to call it a temporary fix, but at least holding now. And like I said, this was all unwalkable. This was unwalkable stuff through here, you know. And unwalkable through here. And I'll be done. And yeah, this was all unwalkable territory through here. And this used to be pretty farmland. I won't call it farmland. Well, property all the way out to this fence. You can see the fence on my left. Still overgrowth on the right. We're going to we'll clean this up some more, a little bit of the vines at least. And we're going to leave the palms. Kind of leave this so we do, because from here, look through from here, you can see how it hides our campground. I mean, we got the one opening, that's fine. I'll probably leave trees on that side, leave trees on this side, so we got the privacy, both sides, and that way, because here's the thing right now, this is current, this is later October 2025. Yeah, I mean, I don't talk politics at all, but boy, our economy is, I know the people in charge are trying to get bills recouped and get things under control, but you in the middle ground of income level or lower, grocery stores, taxes, insurance, it ain't a funny picture. I got a lot of stuff paid off, thank God. I'm semi-retired. I got a little income coming from that, and I do still work on my mother-in-law's stuff, her things she needs done, rental, repair, stuff like that, because that's what I used to do. But it ain't no funny. Anyway, you're looking at that campground, you're saying, that's a campground, you got a camper, tents and stuff, equipment, obviously, you see cook equipment, LP gas, all that stuff. That's normally we go to a park or travel with. Gas prices are up. Park costs are ridiculous. The few parks that are reasonable are booked for years in advance. You ain't gonna touch them, especially when you're coming out of Florida. So my wife said, let's clean that rear corner of our property, because we're way far away from our living quarters and stuff. That's way up front. And she said, let's go ahead and make our own campground. The cost is great. You don't have to worry about reservations, and you park wherever you want. You bring your dog. Nobody can say nothing. You're in your own campground, and me and my wife just have a good old time out here, breathing fresh air, enjoying the trees. As you can see, we still got plenty of trees out here. We got grandfather oaks out here, old oak growth. You can see that batch right through where I'm pointing. You can tell that limb right there, that belongs to a tree. It goes all the way over there. I mean, it's, like I said, it's old growth. It's beautiful. Squirrels, birds, peace and quiet. Plenty of room for my dog to run around. And there's my clippers right there. Like I said, but it shows you, put your own, put a little oomph in it, even at 60 years old, like I said, 60. And you get something done. You know, look at that. Look, this, I'm not kidding you. This, right through here, up to that corner, that's a corner post of our property. It fell. I got to fix that. Right there's the corner of our property. This section was that. It wasn't this where you go, oh, that's not too bad. You can walk through it like you go out in the woodland park somewhere. You can walk between trees. Oh, no. No. This section was not that. This section was that. Unpassable. No mower, no nothing. I'm talking machete territory, and barely that. And as you can see, look how dark it is in the middle of that. That was all the way through here. It looked like something out of a movie. Probably could have rented it for a movie. Anyway, like I said, fixing the fence lines. Got this clear on down. I got to bring that corner post up. I'm going to put a couple of metal poles in it, brace it, get it where it's a corner, because right now it's open. Look, I'm going to walk this way. This is me walking along that fence line, and you kind of see it already in the video. You see where the tree fell. Now, I got the tree cut up and out of there. It fell, it flattened that fence, so it's flat in the ground. That's the old corner pole that got snapped off from the tree hitting it, and some other. And here's the other fence line coming this way and then going down to that corner post. So what I'm going to do is get all this cleaned up. The fence is squashed, but it ain't hurt. I'm going to bring that pole up, brace it, straighten the fence wires again, get where that's got a really good bracing for it. Probably could have a couple of poles into it. And then this will all be from here to that dark zone, that hobbit hole. Will at least be my fence. Then, look at this. Look, this is me cutting plants. Get them out of here. Look, hey, I was tripping on it. I still got this stuff. I just cut this stuff not 20 minutes ago. Get that cleaned up. I back my tractor in here, mow with that finishing mower deck. So a regular mid-sized Massey Ferguson. I've showed it in past videos. It's a big tractor. You get that 3-blade finished mower deck in here, and there ain't, you better run. That's all I got to say without that. All right. Plus I need to sharpen the blade so it'll be even better. And once this is cleared, I fix that corner post. This is now done. I gotta get these old, I don't even know where these come from. I don't never remember getting railroad ties. So I don't know where they come from. They may have been back here all whole time. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, railroad ties laying there. Drag them out of here. Throw them in the burn pile because they're rotten. And then I'll step through here. There you can see the beginning of the tree. That's broke tree top right there. I'll start cutting all that away. Get it where the remnants are nothing but on the county side. They can deal with their own problems. They got plenty of money, manpower, great equipment. I don't. I'm old, worn out, half broke. They can deal with it. I'll get this stuff up, throw it in a burn pile, get it where it don't look like a dark hobbit hole. Then I'll keep working on across the property back and get all the fence lines fixed. Any trees off them. There's this one here. There's another one at the other end I got to get up that are still from Milton. Hurricane Milton damage. That Hurricane 3, Cat 3 came through pushing trees down. Came on the south side of my property cutting across the county. It came that way south. That hurricane come through there. I told you about that, where we could hear it inside our home. Woo, 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 a scary sound you ever heard. Lifted our mobile home a little bit. Me and my wife sitting in our room, come up a couple inches, boom. I said, oh. And I said, my wife said, should we get out in the truck? I got a F-350. And I said, honey, we run outside this mobile home during that wind out there, and we might have a piece of metal flying across, chop one of our heads off. And that wouldn't work out. Me and my wife been together 40 years. I don't want to lose her in a stupid storm. So we know now, if it's a strong Cat 3 or higher, hit the road. Lock everything up, screw the doors shut, post the gate shut with some chain, make sure you try to get everything locked down, cover the windows with wood, you know, get the H out of Dodge. Anyway, so hopefully follow-up video. I'm trying not to make these too far. I know I say, oh, I was coming back to, but I was going to tinker with the hot rod stuff. That stuff's got to wait till I get some other stuff done. Like I said, I wanted to get my birthday, get a few physical things done, personal physical things. I'm much better. Wife's doing better. Took care of some cancer I had on my shoulder. It was a thing. And now I'm back at it. Get this fence line fixed. Get it all the way across the back of the property clean and fixed, and that way I ain't got to worry about that rascal running off on me chasing wild pigs or neighbors' pigs or anything that might be in the ditch back there, I told you. Because that man can work. That man can move. You own a wolf dog, There's enough wolf in that creep. He's Arctic. That's why he's all puffy and white. Beautiful though, isn't he? He can run like a deer. And if you think you can keep up with a deer, go for it. He runs just as fast and can leap just as high. And there you go. That's all I got to say. Anyway, so I hope everybody's doing good in this late October. We're not quite to Halloween. I'm not really one to celebrate Halloween. I mean, it is what it is. I know the kids love it. I loved it when I was a kid. As an adult, ugh. Hope everybody's doing okay. Buckle down. Things will get better. The economy will eventually do a little turnaround. Dollar Tree, it's supposed to be $1, won't be $1.50 for their minimum price anymore, hopefully. And hopefully everything will calm down. We'll get back on track. I always try to look up. You know, you can't look down. You look down, well, you know what's down. So you gotta look up, kids. Anyway, y'all take care of yourselves. Hopefully I can make another video sooner than later. Take care of yourselves. Till then, I'm going to be working on that hobbit hole. Y'all stay safe. Bye-bye.